Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. You need to sing so fine. Hurst comes.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football. You already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I am super excited. This is Let's Talk Football. Ladies, take over. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
We are in the building. You guys need to get in here. If you don't know, now you know. There is a ladies takeover of Let's Talk Football, and we are excited because we have a great show for you guys today. I'm on here trying to share this with as many people as I can. Let me continue to do that, David. We got to get David up in here. All right, boom. Let's get some people up in here. Come on, everybody, get on up in here. We are excited to talk some football.
Let us know you're here, guys.
Let us know you're here. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. We need everybody to be listening to this because we got a great show for you guys. Let me get my mom up in here. She loves the show. Come on.
Yay. I love that. Oh,
tag everybody.
woo, let's get some family in here.
I know that's right. You know it. You know it. Got to get Anthony up in here. Boom. Come on, y'all. Tune in. Let's Talk Football is live. We are super excited. We got some special things for you guys today, guys. Woo! And we're going to go around and we're going to tell you guys our name. But if you guys don't already know, you already know what time it is. You know who we are. But we're going to tell you anyway. I am Janae Strother.
I'm Kate Elverson.
I'm Delilah Crespo.
And I'm Ash Swinton.
Woo! If you didn't know, we are ladies that know the game of football. We love it just like everybody else loves the game. And we are excited to share this show with you guys today. We see people getting on. We got about 7 people on already, ladies. I am excited.
Hey, everybody.
I am excited. Sean says, hey, ladies. Hey, Sean.
Hey.
We are excited to have this show today, guys, because we got something special. We got some things that you guys have not even heard of before. We're going to bring some new information. And then also we're going to talk about the predictions, of course, for this upcoming week of football. We had a very interesting weekend of football, guys. Did you guys enjoy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean,
I know
I didn't have an egg in any of these baskets, so I actually did enjoy it because
My ex
You're relaxed watching football this weekend. Relax. Yeah, I had a mini heart attack. I had a heart attack, and then I actually tried to go to sleep for some of it because I was depressed. It was a whole up and down situation for me all weekend.
I understand.
Excited.
I did the same thing with something is just going like too much and overwhelming. I'm like, I'm gonna go take a nap.
It was very over. I felt like I worked myself up so much that I had a headache. Like it was like, what's wrong with me right now? But I was just all over the place. I was like, you know what? Let me take a break. Let me stop watching. Let me run back to the screen. It was an intense weekend of football. We hope that some of you guys enjoyed it. I know one of the members on this cast enjoyed it. She thoroughly enjoyed it because her team was able to make it through. But we will talk about that later. We will talk about that later. Right now, we got to get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. So we're getting ready to introduce this first segment that we're going to do every show. We feel like it's a staple of our show. We got to talk about women in the NFL. If you don't know, now you know that there are some important women in the NFL, and we want to bring information that you probably may not know, but we're going to bring it into you today. So today we have somebody very special. Woo! Who we got, Delilah? Who we got?
All right. So today we're going to talk about Catherine Raiche. I'm going to say it that way because she's French Canadian. So I need to make sure, and I'm pretty sure I butchered that. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
French people out there. But anyway, she was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. She has a law degree as well as a master's in tax law. So very smart woman. So not just a law degree, she decided to get a master's in taxes.
Go girl. Go girl.
So yeah, she began her career first practicing law for the Quebec Bar Association. She did that for like 3 years, and then she decided to go into business. She began working for the Montreal Alouettes as an intern. Later in the year, she became a coordinator of football administration for the Alouettes in 2015. So to go from an intern to actually a coordinator of football administration is pretty impressive.
Big.
So kudos to her. Her appointment made her the first woman to become a personnel executive of the CFL. So not just the NFL, CFL also has problems hiring women too. So she was a first there. And then they had a general manager who was a woman in 1988. So she was basically like one in a very long time to be brought aboard as a woman to be a high level executive. After that, she actually went to work for the XFL in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So she went to the XFL. In between that, she also went and worked for the Toronto Argonauts, another CFL football team, also in administration. But I guess she wanted to move into the NFL. So the step that she took was, at least do the XFL. So she has some.
Wow, she know the game.
Yeah, so she understands like the way American football is. Even though XFL was extreme, we know that. But apparently she impressed the Eagles enough because they hired her to be the coordinator in 2019. So that was her first NFL gig. And then she was promoted to president of football operations. So she became VP in 2021. She became the second highest ranking woman in the Philadelphia Eagles history.
Wow.
Because I don't know if you guys remember that, but back in the 80s, owner Leonard Toss made his daughter a GM. So that was the first woman to kind of hold a high position there, but it was a little bit of nepotism, right? Because it was his daughter, but still, she's a woman, right? So that's why they couldn't say
like the first interview,
right? Exactly. So that's why they couldn't say that she was the first woman hired in the Eagles Association at a high level. But she is the first known woman believed to be actually interviewing for a general manager position in the NFL. I don't know if you guys saw the articles out there.
I saw.
Yeah, so she's interviewing for the Minnesota Vikings. And as of now, she's the first woman that they know of that is actually interviewing. Because as I've said, Susan Toss Spencer, who's general manager for 3 years of the Eagles, was the daughter of the then owner. So they don't believe there was an interview process with that. So Catherine, even if you don't, I hope you get it. But if you don't, keep, moving up, girl. Don't give up.
Go, girl, man. We are excited, man. That is awesome. I hope she gets it, man. That's history.
If not that one, I hope someone else reaches out. There are some GMs needed out there.
Look, I know one right down the street from us. Right, Washington fans, you guys need some feminine women in there to clean up your history.
Give her a call. See if she can get other interviews, not just with Minnesota.
Absolutely. She deserves it. And man, look at that resume, y'all. All the things that she's named, all the places that she's done, she's worked her way up. Man, to even have an opportunity to interview for the Vikings is amazing. We've been talking about this, but this should have been in effect because we know women know the game. We know women know the game. And just the fact that she's in this position, I'm super excited. If she gets this position, history making. Man, that is
I will be so excited for her. I really hope she gets it.
Me too. Me
too. Opening the door for so many more.
Yeah, we're ready for you, Catherine.
Absolutely. Look, she's gonna break open the path for other women to get in.
I also like that she actually requested it, and I'm glad they weren't jerks by saying no.
That's all I'm saying. Look, That would have looked kind of bad.
Sometimes you have to do that because they tell us women that the reason men get promoted all the time is because they're assertive and they go ask for stuff. I'm like, okay, well, Catherine went and asked for an interview.
Let's go. Let's go. She went and asked for an interview. That's what I'm talking. Oh, wow. Wow, Nathan. Wow. Wow, Nathan. Oh, look. Steelers need a GM too.
Let's go.
Nate, I did say she would be the second if hired, but the first
Second,
one.
yep, second one.
But
First
the first one,
interviewed.
the first one was due to nepotism. It's not like she interviews for a job. Her father gave her the position, but hey, she still held it. But still,
Absolutely, she still held it. She still held it. But look, we just want to open up the path for more women to be able to do this. Two women. How long has football been in history?
Exactly.
Two women. We're getting better. We are getting better. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to go on to our next very important topic that we talk about here, the cause in the NFL. If you didn't know, we do organizations out here that are impacting the community, impacting just everyone. And we had a special one today, and I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. Hayden Hurst Family Foundation. So before we dive into it, we have worked out our technical difficulties from last week, and we're going to play a video so you guys can really understand what this is about. All right? Tune in.
Hey, I'm Hayden Hurst with the Atlanta Falcons. We have a message from my family to yours. Everyone from Marines, sailors, coworkers, friends, and family members has a role to play in suicide prevention. As a community, there are actions we can take to help prevent suicide.
Unfortunately, our family has been affected by suicide. Both my brother and my nephew died by suicide. And additionally, Hayden struggled with depression after having some hard times during his baseball career.
Mental health, depression, anxiety issues run in the Hurst family. And unfortunately, I suffered from my own mental health and depression issues when I was with the Pirates from 2012 until 2015. And in 2016, attempted suicide myself.
And as somebody with a third-party perspective on mental health and suicide prevention, I had no idea that Hayden was suffering with these demons. So when I got the call that he had attempted suicide, it really took me for a loop and something that really shocked me. So for somebody that is a sibling and very close to Hayden, I had no idea that he was suffering with that. As a very outside, positive, happy-go-lucky kid with the world at his fingertips, with such phenomenal athletic ability, I had no idea that he was struggling with this. So our goal as a family is to reach out and to show you guys that there are people that are there to help you, and it does get better in your work being in this world. So let's change how people think about seeing mental health care.
And let's change how people talk about suicide.
Find someone you trust, get the conversation started, and take action.
Connect to help and support. Getting help works to build hope and a positive outlook for the future. Together, we can open the lines of communication, encourage others to embrace the beauty of human flaws and see the gift that lies behind them. Break the silence and bring new perspective to a painful stigma.
And remember, there's someone out there who cares about you, and there's someone out there who loves you.
From our family to yours, it's okay not to be okay.
Wow. Wow. Super impactful. I know you guys watching the video just like me. That really, really, really should touch a lot of people because we all go through a lot of things. Wow. Yeah, Katie, I'm right there with you.
I know.
Super impactful. And I know it just doesn't affect us. I mean, we're talking about a lot of people who really go through, and a lot of times they don't even feel comfortable to even talk about this with anyone. So I'm so glad we're bringing this subject up, and the Hayden Hurst Family Foundation. We're going to dive in for a little bit of facts. Let's go ahead and dive into it.
So the one thing that I will say for just me is mental illness runs in my family. So this really impacts me a lot too. So the big thing is that he did go off, Hayden did, to be in the baseball. Pittsburgh Pirates was where he started. He did start in football. He did go to South Carolina where he did play football, and then was initially drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. Sorry, I'm trying to collect myself after crying.
It's all right. It's all right. Trust me. We're
So
all
anyway, but football gave him a second chance because it was after that minor league career at Pittsburgh where he did try to commit suicide. So, and he was really struggling, and it's pretty amazing that he has created this foundation primarily targeted at youth and at the military, because we all know the military, they come back with PTSD, they come back just mentally damaged from what they've seen, what they've gone through. And he's giving them the tools and the wellness programs that they need to conquer the mental illness that we all know that they suffer with. And I love that he's reaching out to the youth, because we all know that many kids suffer in silence. We've seen how many kids commit suicide because they don't know where else to turn. They can't turn to their families. They don't have the right friends. They don't have the right networks to turn to get the help that they need. So he is providing that through his foundation for the youth of our country, because I feel like our youth gets so far left behind, and it's really sad. I mean, Delilah and Ash will know that from teaching, that, you know, a lot of kids suffer in silence, and that's not right. So I'm proud of Hayden that he is reaching the youth, and that we are trying to end the stigma that is mental illness in this country. And we are trying to break that barrier that it is okay to get help, and it's okay that mental illness has a spotlight. And I really hope that in the future that people don't look at someone with a mental illness as that they're crazy or deranged or something, because there's been these stigmas about that, and that they need the love, they need the help, and that they need the support as well. And that it's amazing that these football players that have gone through their own personal struggles are now helping others overcome their barriers as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm very proud of Hayden that he's formed this foundation. I'm very proud of the fact that he felt strong enough to share his own story, and that he resonates with other people. And he, I'll be sharing a video on our Let's Talk Football page that shows people that have used his foundation, sharing their thanks to him, and his emotions and his reactions to those videos is pretty powerful. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
proud of him.
We
all do like respect for a player that I may not have known a lot about, because there's so many teams you can watch,
right?
And not enough time to follow every player. So it's really opened my heart to want to now watch a Falcons game, see Mr. Hayden Hurst play a little more, and give him some respect. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a powerful subject. I mean, I remember a time where people didn't even want to talk about mental health. Wrong, and this person is out there still in the league, still a big figure, and out here willing to say that he's thought about suicide, and he's thought about things that, you know, people all over the world have thought about. This is really deep. Like, how do you feel about it, Delilah?
Well, I think the fact that he talked about his own attempt, and the fact that he lost family members.
Yes.
And I think that it's very important. What I liked about the clip is that, one, he's very blessed to have a strong family foundation, right? Like that they supported him and jumped on board, which is why they added, you know, the family part of the foundation. But he knows that not everyone has that, which is why he created this foundation. And he said, please reach out if you don't have someone to talk to, if you don't have someone to connect to, because unfortunately not everyone has that strong family tie that will support them, because it is a stigma for so many.
Absolutely.
So what I liked about that video is that, you know, he's like, come to this place, please, and we'll help you, right? If you don't have somebody, we'll connect you with somebody, we'll talk to you, we'll help you, we'll walk you through it. Absolutely. And I agree with Kate. I think the fact that he's talking to the youth and veterans is super important, because statistically, the people who are homeless are veterans that have mental health issues.
Yeah.
And that's just the facts. That's just numbers. If you look at it, Second highest statistics is teens, specifically LGBTQIA teens. They're the ones who end up on the streets having to deal with like their mental trauma. And so I'm really happy that he created this, knowing that there's a lot of kids in pain as well. Because it's true. I had to deal with a lot of intense stuff because I used to teach middle school, and it cut close because I did have some students that went through a lot of stuff, and also attempted, and it's very, very traumatic to have to deal with that kind of stuff. And so I'm glad that he's out there trying to provide those services, because trust me, they need it.
It's super important. It's super important. Ash, how do you feel?
Like they said, I just love that he is reaching out to youth, because I know as a youth myself, I went through a lot of crap, and like Kate said, it is when you're young and you have problems, you feel alone, you feel crazy yourself, and then you have people around you being like, oh, you're crazy, what's wrong with you? So you do get isolated. So I think it's really nice that someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. I'm a big, tough football player, and look at me. Like, I went through it too. Like, anybody can go through it. Doesn't matter how, like, if you're an athlete, if you're a man, because I know men in general have a really hard time. It's really taboo to come out and have feelings. So I'm just like, someone who's like thought of as like a successful man is coming out and being like, look, anybody, it can be anybody. So I love it. I didn't know anything about Hayden Hurst until I looked into Dak's stuff, and then through Dak, when he had all his stuff going on, I learned about Hayden Hurst and then started watching him. And now every time we watch the Falcons, even Sydney's like, oh, there's your guy, because I just love Hayden Hurst now. So
that's awesome. I mean, this is a subject that brings us all together. We got Bobby on here. He's saying that he's had it. He's had those thoughts. It's an unbelievable how hard it is some days. And he's basically saying, it's the love and support that kept me around, not just from you guys, but from people around him. These are things that we all, like, people go through these things. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to really go into really how they're feeling. Some people have a really hard time dealing with it. And we're going through this pandemic, which has been super hard. And it's just been really hard. Like, it's been a hard situation. So, Bobby, that we are here for you. And that and look, Anthony's in here as well. No lie, I've lost many battle buddy, and not just a combat. These people go through, and our main mission showing it. Just by showing this video, like, it's really impacting me, and as you can see, it's impacting the people that are watching. People go through. I've gone through. It may not be necessarily to the point of that, but it's been I've had low moments, and we've all had low moments.
Oh, definitely.
Oh man, and it hits home, and especially when you have somebody with a powerful name that's willing to say something, that's willing to say, "Hey, I've gone through it too. Don't you worry, I've gone through it too." So I feel like this Hayden Hurst foundation that he has created, it's not going to not only affect just the people that watch that video, but by seeing somebody that important being able to say, hey, I've gone through it. I'm a football player. I make a lot of money. I do all this. I have these luxuries, but I have my problems too. I've had suffering too. And I just think it's just an amazing foundation. And we're going to continue to bring these foundations to the table because, man, as you can see, this is such an impactful story. Just by the foundations that we're talking about. We talked about Dak Prescott last week and how his brother committed suicide without him even knowing. He didn't even know that was even happening, and his brother committed suicide. And then the first week we talked about foundation. It's just these new foundations that are being brought forth through the show are absolutely amazing. We would never know about them had we not do these deep dives on these foundations that's really impacting the community. Just feels so good. I mean, does anybody else want to say anything else before we move on? Because that was pretty deep, and I'm really touched just how people were opening up and just saying how they've been through and sending love, hearts. All
I know is we love you, Bobby.
Absolutely. And we love all of you. Anybody that's going through Bobby, anybody that's going through us, we go through things that we don't necessarily bring to the table. Everybody is going through things, but just know there are people that you can reach out to. Trust me, anybody on the Let's Talk Football family, We talk to each other daily, like daily. And if you need somebody to talk to, trust me, we will be there to talk to you. If you need somebody to uplift you or just an encouragement for the day, trust me, you got people right here in the Let's Talk Football family that'll give you that encouragement.
Absolutely. Anytime. I'm a safe space.
Yes.
And that's what people need, just a safe space. Somebody that's not going to go and blab their mouth and talk about it to everybody else, or just somebody that'll just listen. Sometimes you don't want anybody to talk,
you just want to
but just listen. Just listen to you. And we are that family. So for anybody who feels like they're going through or thinking that they are at their low moment and they just need somebody to talk to that won't judge, hit up the Let's Talk Football family. Guaranteed anybody on this family, and as you can see, we got a lot of people. Anybody will give you the open arm love and show you that you have something to fight for, because
someone is always up in that group chat because we're in different time zones.
Different time zones all day long. I was just telling them I get up to like 400 messages. Trust me, we have people that will talk to you and encourage you. So please, if you are ever going through anybody, reach out to the Let's Talk Football family. We are a family. Seriously, like we are a family.
We are.
Absolutely. So we do have to move on to the next segment, which I'm excited about, ladies, because we got the playoff division round predictions we got to make. And as you guys know, after this last wild card weekend, there were some great teams that really deserved to be there and that showed out. But we're going to talk about some playoff predictions for next week, ladies, or this weekend, ladies, Saturday and Sunday. All right. So we can dive into the first game. Let's go ahead and dive into, what do you guys want to do, the Bucks game?
Well, I know Kate loves that. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, Katie, let's do it. What do you think is going to happen for this Bucks game, Katie? What's going on?
Well, let me think here. They're playing Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Ooh, it's going to be a toughie.
And we have home field advantage right now, so that helps us. If the stars can align how they did last weekend with piecing together missing players at their positions.
Yes.
I think if we can do that, we can do anything, because Tom Brady can lead a team through whatever. And yes, Bobby, of course I'll say TB12. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But little known fact, Tom Brady every year puts a calendar and a time check off to the Super Bowl. And he uses that as his motivation to say, I'm going to be there. So where there's a will, there's a way with TB12. And I'll just say this, if he can use the pieces he used last week, this week, he can beat anybody.
Ooh, it's going to be
about really resounding. I know it was the Eagles, and the Eagles are kind of pathetic.
It's fine.
But, I think they have a way. They can find their way. I mean, I know we have some decisions this Friday on injured players. Fournette has already said he'll see everybody Sunday, so he'll be back.
He'll be back. That's what he said.
Yep, he'll be back. They kept him out from last week because...
Now, they also did say this last week that he was going to show up. I don't know.
But no, they kept him out last week because Bruce Arians and the organization figured it'd be an easy win, and they didn't want to risk injury.
I don't blame them. That was
during that game. So
that was a good call.
They just didn't want to risk it yet. I'll tell you how I really feel. They're pathetic.
Yeah. So your pick is Tampa, is what you're saying.
So my pick's Tampa, but
shocking.
Yeah, it'll see if
shocking.
If Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Aaron and all the boys from the Rams bring their stuff, we'll see.
Ooh, look, she sounds a little hesitant.
Well, only because she's right. This is a contest.
Big time.
I don't know why anyone thought the Eagles were gonna win.
That was sad. That was actually really sad. I thought they were pieced together a little bit more than what they did. A little bit more.
So at least this is an actual challenge. So I get that Kate is choosing Tampa, but she also understands they're actually playing a good opponent.
Hey, but I can say this. They beat the Cowboys this season.
You want to bring up the past. You want to bring up the past.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right, we know who Katie's going for.
Sean,
Delilah, who you got? Because that shit done made me mad.
I thought Nick was the one that brought the smoke in the show. Kate's not so far behind.
Bobby saying Rams win. Don't cry, Kate.
So my pick is the Rams. And unlike other people, I actually don't hate Tampa or Tom Brady, and Kate knows this. But I feel like it's Matty Stafford's time. He's waited 13 years. And he has a good team. Like, he actually has a solid team, not just one or two players, which is why the Lions couldn't make it. It's not that he didn't have pieces. He only had like one player he could count on, maybe two. This time, he has a solid team. Like the defense, who could defense. We saw what they did. We saw what they did to Arizona. Right. And so now he's like, wait a minute, I'm in a team where I could actually win, right? Because I don't have just one person I could pass to. I don't have just one person I can give the ball to, right? And now he actually has options. And he could ball out. We know sometimes he throws interceptions, but isn't that like most?
Absolutely.
All right, most QBs except for Aaron Rodgers. But most QBs will throw one or two interceptions, right? But all I'm saying, and he's got Cooper Kupp, who, if he doesn't get a touchdown in this divisional round game, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be upset. But I'm going with the Rams. Go Matty Stafford and the Rams. That's my pick.
Okay. And as you guys can hear that little tweet, there is a co-signer in the background of Delilah. She's got a baby bird, and that bird is saying the Rams. All right, Ash, what you thinking on this dynamic game?
I'm going Rams. I'm not even a huge Matthew Stafford fan, and I'm not a big Tom Brady hater. I hate to see the same people as something as Tom Brady. I'm just over it. Let someone else have their time to shine. I love Jalen Ramsey and I love Cup. So I'm going Rams.
Who doesn't love Cup?
Yeah, I think it's anyone's game though. Like I think this would be a really good one. I'm excited.
It's actually going to be super intense. I totally agree with what Delilah was saying. The Rams they've literally put everything on the line for this season. They literally have given up all their first round picks for the next couple years. Their time is now. They have given up everything for right now. But I got to say, every time I go against this man, he slaps me in my face, and he's right back there in the Super Bowl. So I gotta go with my girl Katie, and I gotta go with Tom Brady and the Bucks. I just can't do it, even though everything in my spirit and my gut says, "Wow, the Rams are just dynamic. They're good. They're offensive pieces. They're defensive pieces." But that man, that number 12.
I'm so happy it's not unanimous.
That number 12, he always slaps me in my face every single time I go against him. Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. They do play Sunday at 3.
Technical difficulties. Hold on.
We'll be back. Sorry about that, but I'll just say I'll say one more thing. I know the Rams beat Tampa Bay earlier in the season. So I think Tom has a little revenge on his heart going into this game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they win. What is another game we can talk about until they get back? Who else is playing? The Cowboys aren't playing.
We can talk about the Packers and the 49ers if we want.
Yeah, who do you got for that one?
We're back in.
Janae!
I don't know what just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, but we're back. We're back. We are back. What are we talking about?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
So I was just saying that also I know that Tampa Bay got beat by the Rams earlier in the season, so Tom's got a little revenge on his heart. So
of course, I know.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Okay, so all I gotta say is like when you're like in the background, I can hear y'all. So it's like you're in purgatory because you're like,
I don't know what happened.
And so I can hear and see and Ash anxiety like rising. Like, what are we gonna do?
Sorry, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Not me.
and I think it was because I picked TB12. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But hey, we got to move on with the show. We got the San Francisco 49ers in Green Bay. Another crazy one, guys. Another crazy one. I'll go first on this one because I'm just going to put it out there. There's a guy that is a bad man, and he's known for being a bad man. He is immunized and not vaccinated. He has the discount double check. Aaron Rodgers, man, I gotta go for him. Green Bay's gonna win this one. I'm sorry. I'd love to tease him with the immunized thing. But yes, discount double check will win against San Francisco. I think San Francisco barely scraped up against the Cowboys, but there ain't no way they're gonna be able to compete with Green Bay. What y'all think? Delilah, what's good? What you think?
So I actually agree, even though statistically the San Francisco 49ers kept Aaron Rodgers out of the playoffs. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yep.
Before the 4 times that he's met them in the first round, second round, the conference games, something just happened where he just couldn't win. However, I think that this time, I don't hate Jimmy G. I just don't think he can outplay Rodgers. It's just that simple, right? The quarterbacks that Aaron Rodgers played against when they were playing for San Francisco were better. They were better quarterbacks. And so that's why they were able to come back and like outplay him. This time going into Lambeau, it's going to be like 17 degrees. This is a San Francisco team. I can't see them beating this man in Green Bay this time. I think that the curse has ended, and I think Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers can actually meet San Francisco and win. And so I'm going with Green Bay. Now, if San Francisco wins, I won't be upset, but I'm going with Green Bay.
I totally understand that. I wouldn't be upset either. They say, look, Green Bay has a defense. That's the difference of Green Bay in the past years, which is very true because their defense was pretty sketch. Aaron Rodgers was pretty much holding it down. And I do think that if Aaron Rodgers continues to progress, ladies and gentlemen, that there could be a mended fence, guys. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will leave if he gets to the ship? I don't see him doing that. I mean, you get to the ship, you ask for players, you ask for things. And if you can get to the ship, I feel like you got it. Ash, what you doing?
I'm going Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay, another one.
I don't like it, but I don't know. There's no.
I know. Same old, Ash. It's just we got to pick from the same people, the greats that just keep making it back to the top. And fortunately, they get to play San Francisco. I think that they can handle San Francisco. I really do. But it's all up in the air. San Francisco's that type of team that you don't want to sleep on. All right, Katie, what you got?
I'm going against all three of you. I'm picking Jimmy G and Debo and the 49ers.
Oh, we got a 49ers pick, ladies and gentlemen. We got a 49ers pick.
With the upset pick. I love it.
With the upset pick, I freaking love it.
it's not because I despise and loathe Green Bay. They're the Ohio State of NFL to me.
No, you ain't slick. You ain't slick, Katie. What you want is for San Francisco to win, so then that way you don't gotta have the Aaron Rodgers Tom Brady battle. That's what you don't want.
Don't worry, Tom Brady can beat that bad man.
Ooh,
He did it last
I
year.
love it. I love the confidence. I love
Don't worry
it.
about all that. And
Ooh, I like that one.
And the thing is, you know me, I love my Michigan. I have 2 Michigan men in that game. I have Ambry Thomas, who got the Matthew Stafford interception, remember? And then I've got Mr. Rashawn Gary, who plays defense.
Right. She is a Michigan person first. That is true. If anybody knows Kate.
Yes, against each other. It was kind of like that snowy game I put on the Let's Talk Football game with like Tom Brady with the tuck rule, and there's Charles Woodson. This is hard when I see my men going against each other.
Right.
I know.
So, but yeah, I'm going 49ers. I think they have a good chance to go into Lambeau. Remember that Green Bay has just sat a week. They're not warm. They're not hot. They haven't been playing. So I'm hoping for this.
I like it, and I like the confidence. I like that.
I love it.
The grain. Not MSU though. Hey, she diehard. She a diehard. That was the fumble on the tuck
If I were
rule.
an MSU fan and I had 2 MSU fans going against each other, I'd be having the same issue.
Absolutely. Hey, but we have to move on to this next game, ladies, because this game right here, I think is going to be a toss-up between all of us, because I really don't know who you guys would pick. But we got the Cincinnati Bengals, who have finally made it after 31 years of trying. Let's go! And they get to play the Tennessee Titans, who we all know are dynamic. With or without Derrick Henry, they have been making it happen. So this should be a pretty hard one. But I would like to know what you guys think. Ash, let's kick it over to you first.
I'm taking Joe Burrow.
Oh, Joe Burrow!
I want Joe Burrow to go all the way so bad. I have no reason to love this man. He's just so cool. I want him to win. This is a total like Homer. I just like you. I want you to go far pick.
Okay, hey, I like it. It's all about who you want, Ash. It's all about who you want. Forget all the statistics and everything else.
I want Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going who I want.
Boom, boom, and I love it. Hey, Delilah, who you got for this one?
I'm going with Joey B and the Bengals. But the only and now I'm not gonna Titans are gonna put up a fight. I'm never gonna say they're not. Of course they are. It's a tough game. Like it definitely is. But I feel like
Bobby. Wow.
The way it's not like he steamrolled over the Raiders, and that's what I like. That was actually a balanced game. And he outplayed the Raiders. And so I think that I love Derrick Henry. I love King Henry a lot. And I hope that he comes back and he gets a touchdown in this game. But I'm going for Joey B and that Mixon connection and that Jamar Chase connection. And that he proved that he doesn't have to just pass the ball or give the ball to these 2 players. He's got his tight end Uzuma, who's actually been pretty good all regular season. And then he's got Boyd. I mean, he actually has other players he can actually connect with. And everybody's like, oh, he gets sacked, but the man still wins even after he gets sacked. And that's the whole point.
Preach.
So I'm going with Joey being the Bengals. Go Cincinnati! It's your year.
man, this is interesting. All right, Katie, who you got?
I got my favorite boy band member, Mr. Joey B.
I love it.
Now. He's been balling out with such confidence all season. That man has confidence like this high on his shoulders.
Yes,
he
does.
So poised in that last game. Like he was meant to be there. He was meant to be in the NFL. He's come back from that injury. He's saying, this is my time to shine. I see a lot of that LSU confidence, girls. We talked about it. I love my
yeah.
And he and Jamar Chase hooked up at LSU. They won their championship there. I have a feeling that they're going to carry this over. I want them to win the AFC. I really badly do.
Yes.
He is Mr. Smoker Stogie. He loves his cigars. I love it. I love it. And he will be smoking it if he wins this game. But I'm going to have to go against the ladies. I got to go against the ladies.
That's okay.
I got to do Tennessee only because me and David are literally on the same page. I was going against Tennessee all season long. Oh, they lost Derrick Henry. It's over. And they continue to win. So, and I'm a defensive girl. I don't know if people know this, but I love defense. I love DeMarcus Ware is probably my favorite player in the whole world. If people don't know that,
that's my favorite player in the whole world.
I love defense. I love. And every time I go against them, their defense ends up showing out. I think they have what it takes to shut down Joey B. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. But I have to go with Tennessee. But I know the world really wants Joey B. And I do too. I really do. But just when I go against Tennessee, they smack me in the face like Tom Brady. So I'm just going to go with Tennessee and get it out the way. Hey, defense is the best. I love defense, Bobby. I love defense. We got a couple people going for the Titans. They said, Joey B, Mr. Cigar Smoker. Hey, you already know. So we got to get on to the very last game, which I saved for last because y'all know this one's going to be the game. This is
your boy.
And my boy is in it. So y'all kind of know who I'm already going for. But let's just go ahead and get it out there. Kansas City Chiefs are going against the Bills. And you know the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs have some type of rivalry that, that's going on. And this season has been super intense with it. So, Delilah, let's go ahead and kick it off. What do you think about this dynamic game?
I'm hella excited because both of these men balled out last weekend.
Yes.
Like just both of them showed out, like just equal amount of touchdowns. They each had 5 touchdowns. They each had massive yards. Like it was just crazy. They were each connecting with their key guys.
Yes.
And just I can't wait. Like honestly, like I want it to be a shootout, but I feel like it won't be as high scoring as people think, only because the defense has to stop them or they're screwed, right? So, but I'm going with the Bills. Come on, Josh Allen, get your W. Move on. That's my pick, Bills. Woo-hoo.
All right, we got a Bills pick. Hey, Ash, I'm coming over to you. I kind of know who you're going to pick already, but let's go ahead and bring it out. Hey, Ash, who do you think's gonna win against this game?
Josh Allen. I love the Bills. I think the Bills. I think they got more to prove. I think they have to be so hungry for this. Like I'm just so excited for them. I mean, they played a perfect game. That was amazing. That was
perfect game.
Like, I love them. I'm going Bills.
All right, we got 2 Bills. Katie, it's on you.
I kind of feel like I'll just preface it with this. I think that at times the Bills played mediocre and saved it for the playoffs because they're not playing like they did during the season. It's like, oh, we're going to save this all up and be like, here, this is a little surprise.
Surprise.
But this is hard for me. This is the hardest one.
It's hard. It's very hard.
Because you got Josh Allen over here being Mr. like bad man, and then you have Patrick Mahomes going.
Goat number 2 is what they say. Goat number 2.
Because like I'm here to prove that I do belong in the playoffs, even though I've played rough and we've had a rough season and everything else. Yes. But ladies, I'm going against the grain, and I'm going Chiefs.
Oh, we got a Chiefs pick. I love it. I
think Mahomes has so much to prove, and I saw how well they just clicked together. Kelsey could throw another touchdown. We'll see. So, and I think Andy Reid's a really good coach, and I think he's coached them well in the past to victory. So, I think that I'm going against the grain here again. I'm going Chiefs.
Ooh, this is insane.
I love your man, Josh Allen. I have nothing against him.
Absolutely. And this is your pick, Katie. It doesn't matter. That's your pick. You got to go with what's on your heart. Man, how could you not want to go, with the people that have gone to the Super Bowl twice in a row, ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they may not have done anything the second time, but they were there.
Well, they're against my man, so you know.
Boom. They were there. So I'm gonna go for this is a toughie.
Let's guess.
This is a toughie for me. The Bills! You know I'm going for the Bills. Sean, I hope you're watching because Bills Mafia is taking over. I'm excited. I absolutely feel like Katie said, this is going to be a great game between these two teams. You really don't know what you're going to get out of both of these teams because they did have some kind of rocky moments during the season. But I feel like both of these teams last week during the wild card played their butts off. They played their butts off, and this is going to be definitely a battle. But I'm going for the Bills, man. I got to look, Katie keeping it interesting. I love it. She makes it all interesting. I love it. Hey, I want to see Josh Allen get to the Super Bowl. I do too. Oh.
Me too.
Oh, I do.
Or Joey Burrow. Those are my options.
You excited? I couldn't tell, Janae. Hey, look, y'all know I've been riding for the Bills, and y'all know I've been riding for them for years.
Yeah.
So I really need Josh Allen to show the world what I've been seeing since the day he was drafted. I knew he was going to be the man. I've been telling Sean, and he was lights out. I'm super excited. Ooh, what else we got? I'm sticking with the Bills. David said, I hope Bills Mafia kidnapped.
So David with the Bills too. What is it with Cowboys fans loving the Bills? Like when the Cowboys were dead last year, I was like, I love the Bills. The Bills are my team.
They're a great team. They're a great team. They have literally slid into my number 2 pick. People at work can't even tell who I like. I'm like, no, don't get it twisted. I love the Cowboys, but I love my Billies too. They're great team.
Janae, I'm ready to write Dak and say, I think Josh Allen has stolen Janae's heart, and I'm sorry for you.
I love Dak, but it's just Josh. He's just, God, he's so cute. I love him. I just love him. I just love that guy. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, but look, we got to move on because, we can talk about this stuff forever, but we will be tuned in next week to see who wins these games. So I hope you guys come back at us and say, hey, Janae, you said this was going to happen. Hey, Katie, you said this was going to happen. Delilah, Ash, I know they're going to be giving us slack because clearly last week we made some wrong decisions. But okay, that's neither here nor there. That's it. That's over. You can forget about last week. We're on the divisional round.
We're over that.
We got to get on to the next segment of the show, which we absolutely love. And it's one of our dynamic parts of the show. Who was hot this week in the NFL? And I know you guys got some players that you guys feel. Please write in the comments. Tell us who you guys feel were hot. But we're pretty sure we're probably going to go down one of your lanes because we got some dynamic players we're going to mention today. So first, we'll start off with Katie. Who you got for your hot player of Wild Card Weekend?
Well, I don't have just one. I'm calling this the odds and ends of Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Together to help them win that game last week with not having Fournette, without having Godwin, without having a lot of our key players. Sherman's out for the season. We all know the Antonio Brown saga. And, Perriman came in and had a good game. We have Vaughn that's running the ball that had a good game. We have all these players coming in and filling in these pieces that aren't necessarily in the rotation all the time. So I feel like they deserve a lot of kudos because we always hype up the big players on the team, but it's when those players go out and these other players come in and get us to the next round, they get forgotten a lot. So I'm going with my odds and ends players, as I call them, the backups. But it should be interesting to see Fournette work with Vaughn this next game because I'm sure they won't play Fournette on every down because he's just coming back from injury. So good
to have some help.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see if Wirfs is able to be out of his boot and come back at tackle for Tom so he doesn't get sacked. We all know that's why. But anyway, I'm going with the odds.
The one good thing that the Eagles did last week, they did get to sack him a few times.
But they did. But, his best tackle went down. I mean, our center went down for a couple plays. True. It was just a mess. But anyway, I'm going with, Vaughn, Perriman, all the players that came in and helped Tom Brady take that. And he thanks them a lot.
I like that. They did step up. Absolutely, Katie. They stepped up, and I love it because you're right. There were the reasons why you guys actually got to pull off the win. It wasn't just on Tom Brady. He helped. Everybody pitched in to make it happen. So I love those picks, Katie. All right, Ash, who you got for Hot Player of Week wild card?
All right, my Hot Player of the Week is Von Miller.
Woo!
Going.
He got some sacks.
Yes. Speaking of hitting the quarterback, Von Miller had 6 tackles and 1 sack. He had 3 tackles that happened behind the line of scrimmage. One of them that was really impressive is that he chased down Rondale Moore in this little bubble screen pass. Moore is really fast. I looked it up, and he ran 4.2940, which is just as fast as Tyreek Hill ran his. So yes. He is fast. So look, Von Miller out here still got it.
Still got it after all these years.
And then because of the upcoming game, I decided to look up some Von Miller Brady stats. And I'm sorry, Kate, I'm going to come for your man. The last time Brady was in the AFC Championship, Von Miller was as well at that time, back when the Broncos were doing some stuff. He had 4 QB hits, 2.5 sacks, and 1 interception. In Von Miller's entire career, he has sacked Brady 7.5 times. So I'm ready for I'm ready for the Von Miller Tom Brady reunited.
Oh, look at your puppy!
Bothering me. I'm like, leave me alone.
So cute.
Oh, I love that pick. Ash. All right, Delilah, give us some knowledge. Who you got?
I got Travis Kelce, tight end.
He's beautiful.
Hot player. In all aspects of the word.
He's good looking and he's
hot.
Double hot.
That's what you get when the ladies take over a show. Sorry.
Listen, okay, so the man had 5 receptions, but in that 5 receptions, he had 108 yards. One of them for a touchdown. Not to mention that he passed the touchdown to Pringle. He is the first player in postseason history to have a catching touchdown, a passing touchdown, and over 100 yards in a postseason game. No one else has done that. So just like, Kate was saying, it's like, oh, they've done that trick play many times. And I'm like, well, people can't defend against it for some reason, or can't see it coming, because if it keeps working, then that's on the defense to figure out, not on them. They're going to try to pull it off as much as possible if the defense can't figure out how to stop it. So, yeah, Kelce Travis, super dope. Also, his mom, she's adorable. I posted her video, how she went to both sons.
Both games. She flew to both games, man.
Sorry that one son couldn't, but I like that you still went and supported both sons.
Absolutely.
So you flew to one and you flew to another. So she's an MVP.
Super mom, man. That's awesome.
Not only is Kelce a good player, he's got a bomb mom. Like, kudos to her, too.
And it was so sweet how she interviewed him in the post-game press conference.
Mm-hmm. I love her. That's what I'm saying. So
I loved it.
Go Kelce. Go Kelce's mama.
Go Kelce. Kelce's mom. You're the second part of the hot player of the week. You're the second part, man, because she is awesome. Oh, I love that. All right, so y'all know how I have to do. There is a player that showed his butt this weekend, and he just was dynamic in every way. He had 308 yards, 5 touchdowns. Man, passer rating was off the charts. 157 passer rating. He was amazing. Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see the clips, go look at Let's Talk Football, because I believe Delilah, somebody posted a clip that was just, he was moving, he was hitting, he was getting like a running back, and I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's a big, massive piece of magic, and I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And we were just talking about Kelce being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me too. I love him. I love him. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this is just what I gotta say about him.
It's okay.
I gotta say it about my man. He is just amazing, and I felt like all of the chit chat of that we have been talking about with him, this season. He's up, he's down, he's off, he's hot, he's cold. I think that what you guys witnessed, what we all witnessed this past week against New England, I don't think anybody predicted that they were going to come out and smack New England in the face. We're talking about Bill Belichick's defense right there. It was like we were looking at, a mediocre. We were looking at the Jets defense. That's how we were looking at it. Like, it's like, who is this, New England, or is this the Jets? Who is this right now? And I felt like Josh Allen was the man. So shout out to my man, Josh. I know y'all going to be giving me a lot today because I'm just overexcited about my man. What y'all saying? Janae, you made my day by saying he's a massive piece of magic. He is. He just is, man. And look, and that's exactly what we were thinking. Bill Bella who? Because we didn't know what that defense was. We've known Bill Belichick at least to have his defense on cue. I mean, offense may be a little shaky, but the defense is always on cue because Bill has a mind of offense. He just has a mind to create a defense to make it work, and it didn't happen. And I feel like all teams should be worried on the AFC about what the Bills can really, really do. I got to say it.
I said that too.
All right, guys. So we got to get on to the last segment of the show, and we are right on time, ladies. We're doing a good job, better than those other shows. We're doing a good job of timing today. Hey, but we got to get on.
Talks too much.
It's all Sean's fault. It's all Sean's fault. But look. We got to get on to it. Ladies have the final say. It is the most important part of our show because we really get to talk about what we want to talk about. And I feel like it's super important that we get to speak our mind when we want to. A lot of times they just want women to be quiet. They don't think we know. We don't think we understand. But we know. We understand. Y'all know we know this game. We know about life. So this is my favorite segment. Delilah, what do you have for your ladies have the final say?
So my ladies has the final say is compassion. Like I feel like we need way more compassion. I know we're 2 years in and we're all exhausted. Everyone's exhausted. Your teachers are exhausted. Your servers are exhausted. And like every time I see people upset because they can't get a latte because there's no employees. It's like, do you know why there's no employees? We're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
So can you please can we express some compassion? Honestly, like I feel like if you can just put yourself in someone else's shoes and just have some compassion for people out there. Like it's rough for everybody. It is hard for everybody. It's hard for the customers. It's hard for the servers, especially. It's hard for the clerks. It just have some compassion. I can tell you right now, as someone who used to work in retail, I promise you, we don't get paid enough to make up our own rules. So if someone is telling you put on a mask, don't get mad at the person who's making like $10 an hour, $8 an hour, depending what state you're in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably one of their 3 jobs. Okay, so please let's have some compassion out there. Like it's not easy for anyone. Have compassion for it. Let's spread some compassion, y'all. Like seriously, it's rough, and it's not easy on anybody. Like the service industry is just going through a rough time right now. So I'm not just talking about education, but as someone who supports service people, because I worked in the service industry, and I know Kate works in the service industry. It's rough working with the public. Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you that's where I developed a lot of my apathy towards the public was like 20 years in customer service. Okay, so please just express some compassion. Okay,
I love that message. I love that message. If anybody needs to hear that, we all need to hear that. Compassion. Remember, we don't know what somebody has gone through that day. We don't know why they're sad. We don't know why they're angry. We have no idea what that person had to go through. So show a little bit of compassion. We all have days like that. We all have days we don't feel like talking. We all have days that we are, a little sad or whatever. But show compassion. I love that, Delilah. All right, Ash, what you got?
All right. First of all, Dalton, I don't know your comments. Anyway, moving on. Last little. No, I do not have to be nicer to McCarthy either, David. I'm not showing that.
They coming for us. Don't let them get you down, Ash.
All right, I'm gonna say something that most people don't say, and I'm gonna say do less, neglect more, and be unproductive. This is more a note to myself, kind of, and kind of Sean, I'm looking at you too. Do less. The only thing overworking does is cause exhaustion, detachment, diminished efficiency. Like, I don't know. I feel like society is always like, if you want more, you have to do more. And that's just not true. Like, it's okay to do less, which I need to remind myself because I always have to be doing something or I feel like I'm the ultimate failure in life, which is not true. So I just have do less, avoid burnout, kind of take a look at life. What's essential? What's not essential?
Boom.
What can I eliminate that's not essential? How can I make more like sustainable habits to make sure I'm getting the essential things done while still having life?
Yes.
And taking care of myself as well. Because busy doesn't always equal results. So do less. Take time for yourself.
I love it, Ash. Look, we all need to hear that. Take some time for yourself. We talked about it last week. Self-care. Yeah. We need it. Take some time for yourself in order for you to continue to be sane in this crazy world we live in. You need to take some time for yourself. It's just needed. It's just needed. Ash, that was on the money. Hey, Katie, what do you got for the last final say?
I think, it's been fun, like being in all the multiple chat groups, but I'm realizing how much it's taking away from other things. So one of the things I'm going to start trying to do starting tomorrow is less phone, more daughter, more me, more different things. Boom. I just I don't know how many of you get that report from your phone and it says, oh, your usage time was up this, your usage time was up that. I want to see it go down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, just take a step away. I'll have fun when the games are on, messaging in the groups and stuff, but I need to take less time with technology and the phone and more time maybe picking up a book and reading again and expanding my brain that way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, or catching up and watching a movie and doing stuff and just my daughter's like, Mom, you're always on that phone now. You're always on your phone. You're always doing this. You're always doing that. Or
trust me, we're all there. We're all there.
So, sometimes I'm like, oh, but I'm messaging in my group chats. Like she goes, but I'm right in front of you.
Yes.
So, being of mind of more, there's more to life than technology and my phone. I need to learn that.
So, we're all there. That's for all of us.
So that's my thing is I'm going to try to stay away and be in the world more.
Yes. I love it. I love it, man. That's for all of us as well. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time on my phone until my wife is like, hey, I'm here. I'm in the room. I was like, oh, yeah, you. So absolutely. We all have those moments where
it's hard for me to say.
Put down the phone. Absolutely. I totally agree, man. I totally agree. So for my ladies have the final say, I want to let you guys know that when you have something that's super important to you, you have to realize that not everybody believes in your dreams. Not everybody supports you. Not everybody wants good things for you. We like to think that everybody does. We like to think that everybody has a good heart because we have a good heart, but everybody does not have good intentions for your dreams. So we have to be really careful who we tell our dreams to. We have to be careful who we tell what we want for our future, because we have to remember there are people out there that just are naturally jealous, that are naturally envious. They don't want you to succeed. And we have to remember that when these things come, when you have a dream and when you have something that's super important for you, that you keep it to you and the people that you know are going to be 100% behind you. like 100% that are supportive of you, whether it works or not. They are completely your cheerleaders. Because what I've learned in life is that when you tell people things and you really expect them to be happy for you, sometimes you learn that people are not necessarily happy for your dreams. And the thing is, you always, it's just like a plant. You got to water it. You got to make sure it gets sunlight. Your dream is just like that. You want to make sure the energy that you're watering your dream with is with everybody that around you that truly believes in your dream. I really truly believe that the reason why Let's Talk Football is so successful is because Sean trusted people that really believed in the dream. So I want everybody to believe that your dream is going to come true. But remember, you got to keep your dream to yourself and to people that really believe in it, that people that are going to encourage you.
Well, she froze.
Oh no, she froze again.
No, that was so good.
She was on the roll.
Janae.
Trying to freeze.
Oh.
She's not wrong though. My mommy told me that all the time. Still does. Be careful who you talk to because they don't always have the
There
same.
she is.
There she
There
is.
you go.
I know how to fix it now. I know how to fix it really fast.
I would say that I'm with you 100%. My mama raised me like that. She said,
You got
Like,
to.
in silence.
not everybody has the same intentions.
Yes.
You always told me the same.
Everybody, we think they do, but everybody
Yeah,
does
she
not
told me-
have the same drive. Everybody doesn't want to push you forward.
Yep.
As long I've learned this in life, when you're sad and you're hurting or you got a problem, people are always there to be like, oh yeah, me too. But as soon as you get happy, you'll notice people that are like, no, I'm still sad. So you need to be sad with me. I'm still down. But you got to learn how to reach out to people and talk to people that really have the same motivation as you. When something happens important to you, you'll really learn who people are because people will be so excited for you.
Absolutely.
Be so excited for your dream. And you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I didn't even know I had all these people in my corner.
Right.
Those are the people that you need. Don't talk to the people that you really, when you're miserable, they're miserable. Well, when you're happy, they're bad. And you don't want to be around people like that. So my ladies have the final say is we really need to learn how to really put people in our lives that's supposed to be there.
Absolutely.
If they're not, wean them out because you need people that are your cheerleaders just like you're their
100%.
Boom.
I agree. That's real talk. And that's everybody. By the way, I believe that with everybody that it means family too.
Yes.
I'm over this. I can tell you that I as someone who is Latina, who is like, let's break generational curses, y'all.
Yes.
If there's a toxic family member, you don't have to be around that person. You don't have to talk that person. Excise them like a tumor. We don't need that anymore. This is a new day. It's 2022. Definitely. It's time to break those generational curses. Cut off whoever it is, regardless. Not just friends and acquaintances, but if you got to cut off family, you cut them off. I'm sorry. Your mental health and your peace of mind, all of that, your spirit, your energy matters way more. So
absolutely. I mean,
I'm with you.
People are loving it. You ladies are amazing. They're like, you ladies are amazing. I'm in tears. People are really enjoying it. I mean, literally, this is what it's all about. I mean, but we got to protect. That's why I love Let's Talk Football. I know we're getting ready to end. I love this group. I love it so much because I truly believe that each and every one of you guys, I can hit up any day and just tell you guys what's going on in my life. And you guys will be happy for me. And you guys can do the same. And I'd be happy for you. And that's all of these guys on our timeline, all these women on our timeline that are commenting. I mean, we have a family, and these are the people that you need to keep around. Like the dollar says, it may be blood that you need to get out of your circle. Your Zen is very important. You are very important. And if you want to maintain what you have, keep the people in your life that are going to support you. That's it. That got your back.
100%.
100%. 100%.
I love
Man,
you,
I am
ladies.
truly excited that we just had this show, man. This show has really touched me today. I mean, with every single segment that we've had, I mean, with the Hurst Foundation, to all the things that we've talked about. I mean, it's just been mind blowing. And I think we got up to 18 viewers on here, which I'm super excited. Super excited. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are super excited about this show. If you love it, please tune in on Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know all the other time zones, but if you know it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, then you'll catch the other ones. But please tune in. We really enjoy it. This is like it's like a breath of fresh air for me that I get to really have this show with these wonderful, dynamic ladies who love the game just like me. And we see you guys on here talking. There's so many comments we can't even get to all of them. We love you guys so much. We can't believe that this show is hitting like this. Man, ladies, we have done it again. This is another dynamic episode 3 of Ladies Takeover. And I can't wait to see you guys on episode 4. So tune in next week. Tune in next week, Thursday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and all the other time zones. We can't wait to see you guys. This is Let's Talk Footy. Let's Talk Football. Ladies Takeover. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.